Welcome back, everybody, to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21 for the PlayStation 5. Today, we have officially reached the midpoint of the season, Week 8, which is our bye week. Last episode was an interesting one. We beat the Steelers 19-6, and we put up an NFL record 15 sacks. Yeah, our pass rush was quite good in this game. I think that's an understatement. 7 of which were by Josh Allen, 4 for Chason, 2 for Burns, 1 for Babineau, and 1 for David Harris. Now, I understand that their starting offensive tackles were Chukwuma, Okorafor, and Tyrell Crosby. That's not necessarily the idea for success, and their quarterback, Cooper Kane, did not do himself any favors, but still, nonetheless, a historic day from our pass rush, a historic day for Josh Allen, who ties the late, great Derek Thomas for the most sacks in a game in the history of the National Football League. Unsurprisingly, Allen won Defensive Player of the Week. I think that goes without saying, considering he tied the record for most sacks in a game, so obviously he deserves it. What a performance for Josh Allen. What a season so far for Josh Allen. He's now at 13.5 sacks through 7 games, and it's not just that he's happened to play well this one game against the Steelers, but he's been great all year, and I guess he put it all together today. The all-time record for sacks in a season is 22, and Josh Allen is currently on pace to finish with like 28 or 29. Will he finish with 28 or 29 sacks? Probably not, but there is a legit shot that we'll be chasing some milestones with him at the end of the year. Remember, it is a contract season for Josh Allen. He's definitely raising that price tag. So Casey Shock has been medically cleared for our Week 9 game against the Bengals, but I don't want to risk further injury, so we're going to keep him on the bench. He'll be back in Week 10 against the Titans. I know it says he'll be back in Week 11, but he'll actually be back a week prior. So it is our bye week. Brandon Linder asking if we should rest or get some extra preparation in. We're on a 6-game win streak. We're playing awesome football. I think it's a good opportunity to let our guys discharge their batteries and relax. We have gotten hit by the injury bug as of recent, specifically on offense, with our latest injury being a torn abdominal for starting right tackle Orlando Brown. We only have 3 tackles on the entire roster, one of which being Brown, who's injured. The other ones, Bentley von der Walsen, our starting left tackle, and Donovan Springs, who's a backup. So since we're at the trade deadline, it's a good time to look at the trade block, look at some potential offensive tackles who could start in place of Orlando Brown. There were a few good options, but the name that popped out to me is J.B. Givens of the Cleveland Browns. Givens played his college ball at Westlake, started for a couple seasons at right tackle, was a third-rounder a few years back, and hasn't really gotten playing time with Jack Conklin at that right tackle position. They do need a center, so I'm going to try to trade them Nick Harris. The deal doesn't work, but it's close, so I'm going to add a future 4th-round pick, and that would get the deal done. Nick Harris and a future 4 to the Cleveland Browns for J.B. Givens. Nick Harris, I just don't think is a big part of our future. We did get him last year for trade deadline from, ironically, the Browns. So he returns to Cleveland, and we get J.B. Givens, who not only can be our immediate starting right tackle for when Orlando Brown is out, but I think he has the athleticism and versatility to be a long-term starting option for us at guard. I also thought about acquiring a receiver at the deadline. I decided not to, but it was something I heavily considered. By the way, we have gotten some hidden development traits that have been revealed, starting with safety Josh Jordan Jr., our 1st-round pick, and he ends up with superstar development. This is a big win for our secondary. Let me know what ability you guys think I should give him. I'm not overly a big expert with the superstar abilities in this game, so if there's one that you think is really good, let me know which one that we should pick. But he's not the only rookie in our secondary who has superstar development. Our 2nd-round pick, Bob Adams, also has superstars. So we now have 4 superstars in our secondary with the 2 rookies, Zaire Wiggins and C.J. Henderson, who has X Factor. Again, let me know what abilities you think I should give to Bob Adams, who's only 20 years old, already 78 overall. We have quite the cornerback trio with him, Wiggins, and Henderson. So that brings us to Week 9 against the Bengals, an AFC Championship rematch from a season ago. We are going to be looking for revenge. The Bengals are a really solid team, of course, led by running back Joe Mixon, among others. Also, since we're in Week 9, the award leaderboards have come out, and the one I'm curious about is AFC Defensive Player of the Year. For what it's worth, the enemy is 2nd for Coach of the Year. But for DPOY, unsurprisingly, the top 2 guys are Zaire Wiggins and Josh Allen. This is expected and well-deserved. They're the 2 best defensive players in the NFL. Currently, the game has Wiggins first. I don't really have an issue with that. I would probably choose Josh Allen, but if they were to give it to Wiggins, I really wouldn't be upset. The guy has 8 interceptions through 7 games. So let's take a look at the Bengals here. Of course, still led by Joe Burrow, who recently signed a $200 million contract extension. Burrow's been very efficient this year. 118 passer rating, 15 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. He's not been picked off once this year, but he does have to play against Zaire Wiggins this week, so that could change. The Bengals roster is fairly similar to what it was a year ago. There are a few changes. The Bengals did draft John Cummings last year. He is the backup to Joe Mixon. So without further ado, an AFC Championship rematch from a season ago and a possible playoff preview for this year as both teams appear like they will be back in the mix. The Jaguars are 6-1, best record in the AFC. The Bengals not too far behind at 5-2. Of course, the defending AFC champions who lost last year to Baker Mayfield and the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. So let's get this one underway. Jacksonville starting on offense from the 31. An early handoff for J.K. All-Day Dobbins. Did not have all day to make a play there as it's DJ Reader, the veteran defensive tackle, bringing him down, and it's now a 3rd and 5 for the Jags. Koko Nwosu going up the middle for DJ Chark with a nice catch. Koko Nwosu was not great last week, but since his defense got 15 sacks, he really didn't have to be great. 3rd and 1 from the 39, trying to get it to Chark, but the pass is incomplete. So that'll bring us to an early 4th and short, and the Jags are going to go for it. Getting gutsy early, and the play call is a success as the fullback, Oliver Giroux, gets a yard, and that's all he needs to keep the drive going. Now from the 37, 3rd and 10. Koko looking to throw it. He will again find DJ Chark, who brings it to the 17-yard line. Hot start for Chark so far in this one. He has definitely stepped up ever since Casey Shock got injured a few weeks back. 3rd and 1 from the 8. Nice cut by R.J. Ewell for the touchdown. And the Jaguars will quickly strike first. Nice run from the second-year pro out of East Carolina. And Ewell will give the Jaguars an early 7-0 lead. So here is the Cincinnati Bengals offense. 3rd and 11 from the 25. Burrow looking to throw it. He's going to scramble to his right side, and he's going to be incomplete. Burrow could have ran for that first down. I don't know why he decided to throw it. A very strange decision there from the $200 million man. 2nd and 10, handoff for Dobbins. He loses 2 more. Hot start for DJ Reader. He already has 3 tackles for loss in this game. And then on 3rd and 11, it's a short pass there caught by Zeke Bowman, who is unable to get the first down, wrapped up by the veteran safety Von Bell, and that will force a punt. Cincinnati back on offense. Not great starting field position at the 10 as Bob Adams missed the hit stick badly. Josh Jordan got stiff-armed to next week. And Joe Mixon with a very nice run of the 26-yard line. Mixon's one of the most dangerous runners in the NFL. When he has the ball, he can make plays. From the 26 now, Burrow looking to throw, and it's intercepted! What a play by Zaire Wiggins with his 9th of the year. What a season it's been for Zaire Wiggins. That wasn't even a bad throw by Joe Burrow. That was just an incredible defensive play by Wiggins, and for what it's worth, that is Joe Burrow's first interception all year. Jags with the football. Nice broken tackle by J.K. Dobbins, who's gotten to a slow start today, but he gains 12. Linebacker Jermaine Pratt injured on the field for the Bengals. That's not great news for them. From the 17, 2nd and 6. Koko under pressure. He is sacked by the veteran Von Miller with his 150th career sack. One of the all-time great pass rushers. Certainly a first ballot Hall of Famer when he hangs up the cleats. 3rd and 17 from the 29. Short throw for Joshua Thomas. He only gets around 7. Nice stop there by the Bengals, so that'll send at the field goal unit. It's the former Bengal, Volker Gantz, on for the 39-yard field goal. The kick is good, and the Jags make it 10-0. Gantz was the starting kicker for the Bengals AFC Championship team a year ago, for what it's worth. So this is his first game against his old squad, hoping for some revenge, I suppose. Final play of the first quarter. Nice run here by Joe Burrow. Cuts to the outside, slides for a gain of 21. Joe Burrow has some wheels, man. He can run. That'll do for the first quarter. Jaguars looking good early. They lead it 10-0. Burrow, of course, threw his first interception of the season. An incredible defensive play by the Defensive Player of the Year favorite, Zaire Wiggins. 3rd and 4 now. Burrow looking to throw it. He's going to scramble to the left side. Going to try to run for the first down, and he is unsuccessful. The first sack of the day for the Jaguar defense is by Rashawn Babineau. And Jacksonville is really dominated on both sides of the ball. The offense and defense both look really good today. This team looks hungry for revenge from last year's playoff defeat. From the 23, 3rd and 7. It's a screen for Dobbins, and he will not get the first down. Promptly wrapped up at around the line of scrimmage, but it's a late flag. Roughing the passer, a costly penalty on the Bengals. Brandon Graham is the one called for the flag. The Jags move half the distance to the goal line. Just a costly penalty there on 3rd down when you would have gotten the stop. And the Jaguars will immediately score a couple plays later as it's DJ Chark finding the end zone for the touchdown. And Jacksonville is up 17-0. This has been a dominant performance so far for the Jags. The Bengals just need anything to go their way. 2nd and 5 at the 35, about halfway through the first half. Joe Mixon with a nice move. Mixon has blocks. There he goes. A 65-yard run for Joe Mixon. And the Bengals are on the board. This game just got a little bit more interesting. Cincinnati needed a sign of life, and they get exactly that on that play from Mixon. And it's once again a 10-score game, 17-7. From the 47, Koko Nwosu scrambling with it. He's just going to dump it off to Dobbins. He could have ran for a big gain. Dobbins was also wide open, so I think there was just a miscommunication between Koko and JK. Here at the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Jags looking good, up 17-7 as on 3rd and 8. Nwosu is sacked. A big play for the Bengal defense. That one will force a punt, and Cincinnati will get it back. They can make it a 1-score game before halftime, which is pretty nice, I suppose. First down, Burrow looking to throw it, and it's caught by Mark Andrews. The first pass completion of the entire game for Joe Burrow goes for 21 yards. Yeah, as you can tell, it's been a pretty rough day for good old Joe. From 46, 3rd and 10. Burrow, incomplete, trying to get it to T. Higgins. Joe Burrow's current stat line, 1 of 8, 21 yards and an interception. It's been tough sledding. So here's Jake Bailey on the punt, and it is an absolute beauty. Down inside the 10. The Jaguars want to do something on this drive. Well, that's not particularly ideal as they are in prime safety territory. Koko from the 6, backing up, under pressure, and he gets it to Mookie Baker in his 3rd NFL game out of Grambling State University. Mookie struggled last week, 3 receptions and 3 drops. He's been quiet so far today. 2nd and 10, deep ball for Chark. Inside the 35, and the Jags quickly use timeout number 1. DJ Chark has been a very busy man up to this point. 3rd and 2 from the 26. Koko scrambling, has no time to throw it, and he's going to be sacked on the play. Down at the 36 by Mackenzie Alexander. 3 sacks in the first half for Cincinnati as it's a 53-yard field goal for Volker Guntz as the clock will hit zeros, and the kick is no good. It's short, and that's been Volker Guntz's issue this year. He's only missed 3 field goals, and they've all been short. His accuracy has been perfect this year, and the big concern with him heading into the season was his accuracy, and that has not been an issue at all. That'll do it for the first half. Jaguars dominating early, 17-7. Koko Nwosu's looking really good. Him and DJ Chark are in a nice groove. Chark with 9 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown already. Burrow has obviously been quite bad. He has a QB rating of 0. But I suppose, considering he's on rock bottom, the only place he can go is up. Starting the second half, Bengals with the ball. Joe Burrow under pressure. He gets it to an open Tyler Boyd. Here comes the Joe Burrow we all know and love, or don't love, depending on your stance with Joe Burrow. Nice gain of 15 for Boyd, obviously his first reception of the game. Now it's 3rd and 7 from the 46. The Bengals offense needs like an actual drive. Their only touchdown was off that 65-yard play. Joe Mixon catches the screen. Does he get the first? He does. Pushed out of bounds at the 41 by Bob Adams. Rashawn Babineau nearly made a play right at the beginning of that screen, but Joe Mixon was able to get by him and get the conversion. From the 41, another 3rd down, this time from 10 yards out. A deep ball for T. Higgins, who mosses Bob Adams, bringing it to the 14. T. Higgins has been on the trade block. He would have been an interesting pickup for the Jaguars, but he's obviously sticking around in Cincinnati past the deadline. He is a free agent in the offseason. 2nd and inches. Burrow is sacked by Tyler Matthews. Matthews' first sack as a Jaguar. He was obviously acquired in the Laviska Shenault trade this past offseason with the Eagles. And Matthews has been fairly quiet, but he does make a play there. 3rd and 5, Burrow under pressure. He does not want to get hit by Josh Allen. To be honest, I don't blame him as the pass is just thrown away. 4th and 5, it's Justin Rothhauser from around 26 yards out. The kick is good, and it is now 17-10. Only a one-score game. Nice reception there by Mookie Baker to the 36-yard line. Coco Nwosu's already thrown 28 passes today. Most games, I don't even know if he throws 28 in total. 3rd and 5, Nwosu, short pass for R.J. Ewell, and he only gets around 2 yards. A big tackle for Logan Wilson, the fourth-year linebacker out of Wyoming. And that sets up an interesting 4th and 3 where the Jags are going to go for it. It's a play-action fake. Coco looking to throw it. He tries to get it to R.J. Ewell, but he overran his route. And the pass is going to be incomplete. So Cincinnati gets a stop. They can hypothetically tie the game on this drive, which is pretty unbelievable because the Jaguars have been far and away the better team in this game. They've just continued to hand the Bengals opportunities. 1st down, Burrow is sacked. 14.5 now on the season for Josh Allen. He's going to get paid the big bucks. I cannot see him leaving the Jaguars, whether he signs a new extension or gets franchise tagged. I imagine the team giving him a fat truck of cash will be the Jags. 3rd and 15, the pass for Boyd is broken up. Nice play by Zaire Wiggins. Wiggins does not just make interceptions. He does a lot of the dirty work as well. Jacksonville back on offense. 3rd and 5. Coco with a nice throw to Chark, but it's broken up by the former Jaguar, Damon Arnett. Arnett was on the roster last year as a backup, and he's been a backup throughout his disappointing career, but he has had a career renaissance with the Bengals this year. He's been really good. 3rd and inches, nice 1st down run for Mixon, but there's a flag. Another costly 3rd down penalty on the Bengals. This time it's a holding on the center, Mason Cole. That'll push it back to a 3rd and 7. First play of the 4th quarter as well. It'd be a shame if the Bengals didn't get this. Burrow, under pressure, he is sacked by his former college teammate, K'Lavon Chaisson, who had a quiet 4 sacks a week ago. And I say quiet because Josh Allen got all the spotlight, but Chaisson was really good too. Jags back on offense, a short throw in the hands of Zeke Bowman. He brings it to the 48-yard line. Nice play. Following play, Coco scrambling with it. He's going to get it back to Bowman for another 1st down. And the Jaguars' offense is finally getting into a groove. They haven't really looked all that good so far in the second half. And now they're really starting to move it downfield. From the 37, R.J. Ewell with the handoff. Ewell with a juke move, and he gets 23. But DJ Chark is injured. That is terrible news. DJ Chark is the engine that makes this offense run. And if he's out for multiple weeks, this offense is going to be nothing. Chark going to the locker room, grabbing what looks like his shoulder. He has been diagnosed with a dislocated shoulder and will miss the remainder of the game. His status for the next few weeks is questionable. But on the bright side, the Jags do find the end zone. It's Mookie Baker with his 2nd touchdown in his first 3 NFL games. He's been quite the pickup off the Bills practice squad. He's had a little bit of a drop issue so far with the Jags, but he has not dropped any passes thus far today. 24-10, 1st down, a deep ball from Burrow, nearly intercepted by Josh Jordan, but it looks like the Bengals will still be gaining some yards. It's a roughing the passer call on Josh Allen, so that'll bring them to the Jacksonville 49-yard line. A big flag there for the Bengals. 2nd and 3 now at the 42. Joe Burrow looking to throw it. He connects with an open man. It's Tyler Boyd who gains 21. Burrow's looked better throughout this second half. I still wouldn't say he's had a good game, but he does look like an actual NFL quarterback, which I can't really say he looked like in the first half. 2nd and 3. Burrow dumps it off for Mixon, who dives into the end zone. 2 all-purpose touchdowns today for Joe Mixon. 1 on the ground, 1 in the air, and the Bengals again cut the lead down to 1 possession, 24-17 with 3.5 minutes to go. Can the Jags chew clock? 2nd and 11. Coco, short throw, and it's caught by Mookie Baker with another big gain to the 48-yard line, getting helped up by a Bengal showing some class. 5 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown for Mookie Baker. He's looked quite good. 3rd and 4, the pass is tipped, nearly intercepted by Casey Hayward. And the Bengals, down by 7, have an opportunity to drive down the field and potentially tie the game now that their offense is starting to play a little bit better. A beautiful punt from Brian Amaya Jr. It's down at the 3. It looked like Jackson swatted it away. So the Bengals have the length of the field to make up. And they have a challenge here early on this drive as they are right in safety territory. First down, Burrow under pressure. He is sacked by David Harris. Put those 2 points on the board for safety. David Harris with a massive defensive play, getting the safety, and the Jags are now up by 2 scores, and they get the ball back with an opportunity to choose some clock. Nice run there by J.K. Dobbins for the first down. Bengals forced to call their timeout. Looks like J.K. Dobbins is going to be the main one doing the clock showing, as R.J. Ewell might be out for the remainder of the game with a minor injury. 3rd and 9, Coco with a nice throw to Zeke Bowman, but it's broken up. So the Bengals get another chance, but remember, they are still down by 9. Mark Andrews with a nice reception, getting out of bounds at the 45-yard line for a big Cincinnati first down. Burrow looking to throw it under pressure. It's a strike for Washington. He gets by a defender and runs out of bounds at the 30. A quick start here to this possession for the Bengals, and they are making quick work, but it might be too little too late unless they score here, get an onside kick, and score again. From the 30, Burrow looking to throw it, gets it back to Washington, the former Steeler, who brings it to the 12, and the Bengals are getting very close to the end zone. Short throw for Joe Mixon, and he is in for the touchdown. That's a hat trick. 3 scores today for Joe Mixon, 2 in the air, 1 in the ground, and Cincinnati's only down by 2, but they have to recover the onside kick. And it's bobbled and recovered the last second by the Jags. Antonio Gandy-Golden picks it up. That was awfully close. And this game as a whole was a little bit too close for comfort there at the end, but the Jaguars do win it. Final score 26-24. The Jags come out of the bye week strong with their 7th straight win of the season. We definitely dominated time of possession this game, and we were certainly a better team. I think we played better than the score suggests. And the quarterback play from both teams was night and day. I know the QB ratings are only separated by around 10, but Coco Nwosu played really well, and Joe Burrow did not play really well. Burrow looked a lot better in the 4th quarter, but the first 3 quarters, specifically the first half, he was awful, and he just happened to pick it up down the stretch. The Bengals ran the ball only 1 time in the second half, and that was coming off a first half where Joe Burrow went 1 of 8. And it's not like Joe Mixon played bad. He scored 3 touchdowns. He was awesome. John Cummings, by the way, did not touch the ball once, so just confusing play calling there. Nice game for DJ Chark. He didn't really do anything in the second half, mainly because he was injured for a lot of it. Mookie Baker played really well, though, and he did not drop a single pass, which is great to see. A lot of sacks here. Nobody had more than 1. And another interception for Zaire Wiggins, his 9th of the season. And, of course, that big safety, arguably the biggest play of the game by David Harris. Volker Gantz, by the way, of course, did miss a field goal early in the game. So a good win. Even though we won by 2, I think we played better than the score suggested, and probably one of our best wins of the season. So Orlando Brown has re-aggravated his injury. You're probably wondering how the hell that happened. Why would he be in the game? Well, Madden thought it would be a brilliant idea to have him on the special team snaps when in fact he is injured with an abdominal tear. So he is going to be missing extra time. Thank you, EA, for being really freaking stupid. So, on the bright side, Casey Schock and Mike Rhodes are both back for Week 10 here against the Tennessee Titans. We are 7-1, 4 games ahead of the Colts and Titans in the division. We also have the best record in the National Football League, the only team with 1 or less losses. So, for the first half of the season, I guess you can say we've been the best team in the NFL. And if we keep playing the way we are, we could easily run the table. Especially how our defense is played. I think this team has the capabilities to make a run very far into the postseason, possibly to a Super Bowl. So next time we'll have the Titans. I also plan on having a prospect profile for running backs and wide receivers in next year's class. I will probably be looking to add playmakers in the offseason, so that will certainly be interesting to see. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.